step into Wake Studio.
I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Okay. Listen, this. Hello, George. Mr. Saddlewall. Operator, you're moving. Enjoy.
Hey, Father Fish.
Seriously, yes. Nina and I.
Hi.
How are you, Dina?
A lot better than what I was Wednesday night. Wednesday night, I was pretty much dead to the world.
You've been a sick puppy.
Oh, that I have. I'm glad to have my voice back.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
any sense of smell at all, but hey, at least I've got my voice back.
Oh, Lord. So at 8 o'clock, we're going to be joining the fish fam for an hour. They're supposed to come in here a little before and say hi and pass on links and stuff. So
That'd be
we'll
nice.
prepare yourself for a 3-hour evening. We'll be here all night. My God. I'll just try to stay awake as best I can. I don't know. I probably need more coffee.
Definitely.
Right.
Right.
Glory. Well, we've been working on our online store, trying to make it better, nicer, clearer, easier to use, all like that. There, we've got a lot of changes so far, but the biggest one will be a platform change. Ew, that'll be the graphics. We're not changing platforms. It'll still be in Shopify, but we'll have a new format. And that'll be probably in a week when that'll happen. In the meantime, we've got a new website that'll be coming up, the Natural Aquarium. We hope to have that live this week. Oh, and on and on and on. So just kind of be on the lookout for all the new stuff that's gonna
Yeah, a
be
lot of changes.
pretty quick here. Yeah, a lot of changes.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let's get There we go. You do it that way. That,
Either
what,
way works.
what do you like? You like that or you like that? Which
I
one?
like both. You pick.
I like the background.
Yeah, you can see the tanks a lot better. Yeah.
Well, you can see more, and you see the front of the old store in Venice, Florida,
Right.
which is one of my favorite things.
That was a beautiful mural.
Oh, it was amazing.
Did
The-
he hand paint that? Was that hand painted or was it
oh yeah. Oh no, it was hand painted.
wow.
Artist took about a week to do it.
A week? Only a week and it hand painted? That's impressive. That takes skill.
Yeah, he's pretty talented. Pretty
Wow.
talented guy. Um, oh, also we've got your merch, I think, better displayed.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully, yeah, you'll be able to sell a lot more merch.
Hey, that'll be nice.
The merch is Dina's business. That's
Hmm.
her thing. So we need to be supporting supporting her.
Yeah, I love doing the designs. A lot of them I hand draw. Some of them I get some AI help, but I always go through and touch it up just to make sure it's right. Because you know how AI is. They want to say it's intelligent. Not quite yet. It's
Right.
working on it.
I'm machine dumb,
Right.
machine smart.
Right.
Let's see. Who else here?
Oh, we got a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh Lord, I have been sleeping most of the day. I just can't get myself woken up.
Oh,
Let's see, what do we need to do? I think, yeah, Mandarin Gobi needs a wrench.
oh yeah, he does.
Get that.
And Mandarin Gobi, make sure you subscribe. YouTube's rule, not ours. You'll lose the wrench if you're not subscribed, sadly.
Thank you, Mike, for your super sticker. Oh, Lord. What else? Oh, I'm trying to do something I can't do where I am.
Uh-oh, what you trying to do?
I'll do it in a minute. Okay, we got the merch. Like, Carlo Sevalija from New Zealand. My. How nice. We get a wrench for Carlo. Who else? Anybody new? Nobody else new? Fish and Link. So anyway, we'll be joining the Fish Fam at 8 o'clock. That'll be fun.
Mhm.
All right, let me get back over here.
That's contagious.
Pardon?
Yawning, that's definitely contagious.
Oh, it's terrible. I know. I've been knocked out all day. It turns out 2 and 3X. What is Cinnamon talking about?
Oh, t-shirt sizes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I need to add some V-neck t-shirts for the ladies in those sizes.
Got it.
One of the things I love about Spreadshop is anything that you want, you can actually go in and customize it. There's a customization feature, and they have over 300 different products you can add the logos to. It's pretty impressive.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Uh, Scott says Sunday's a day of rest. Your body's taking advantage of it. Yeah, I think you're right. I have had my shop open 7 days a week. Starting next Sunday, I've got to have the shop closed on Sundays. I will continue to do the Sunday evening live stream, and I probably will come over to the shop to do it. But it leaves open the option of being on the road doing some road trips, which is part of the reason I want to do this. In which case, I would be able to be remote, so that could be fun too. We'll
That could be.
see how it goes down. Mandarin goby, can I have Coley loaches and a pair of Gardner Achilles in the 5.5, heavily planted. Interesting. Yeah, you certainly can. What I would do is make a little rock pile in one corner that the coolies will nest in. Gardneri are an egg scatterer, so you might consider saving eggs. Although, let's see, the Gardner eggs will hatch in the tank. If I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure I'm right. They're not an annual killie. They're perennial killie.
I think so.
So, which means that their eggs don't have to hibernate. They don't have to be removed from water and kept out of water for a period of time. So yeah, that would be creative. The only issue is it's going to add to the predation of the eggs. So the coolies are going to eat eggs. If I can get picture and titles, oh, you bet. Let me show you a good
Oh,
example
yeah.
of exactly that. These are, well, they're not a tide-pool fish. They are a local native brackish water fish. And they're in brackish water. Everything in here I pulled out of the bay.
That is so cool.
Plants, but if you look real carefully, you'll see there are babies in here, and not few. There are probably 100 or more babies, all different sizes. There's one a little bigger, but they're beautiful fish.
I love the coloration.
Yeah, the males.
Wow. That's got a nice flash to it.
These are a pupfish related to the desert pupfish. I've shown it before. It's a female. So, but this tank now, I don't do water changes on this at all. When it evaporates down, I add fresh water, fresh tap water, because the salt does not evaporate. So there's a little crab in here. I'm looking forward to getting out and doing some collecting of small critters, little gobies and whatnot, and bringing them in and installing them in here as well. This is a tank where we'll be able to get a lot of spawning because it's got a lot of cover. This is a 50 gallon, taller than a 40 breeder. Same footprint as a 40 breeder, but a little taller. So yeah, you absolutely can do a title. Um, oh, here's the. Can you see
Oh
the
yeah,
the pipe, the two big pipe back there?
that is so cool.
That room will run away. There they are. There they are.
They are pretty.
Aren't they something? I think I've got a pair. I'm not sure. Looks like
Hopefully,
my,
you've got a breeding pair. That would be
looks
nice.
like it is. I think it is. The male is not colored up yet, but I think the one at the front is a male. So eventually, it'd be fun if they spawn. They're
Oh, that
about, they're probably 7 to 8 inches. A pretty good size. These guys have been living together in here for months, almost a year, I guess. And they seem to be doing just fine. I keep threatening to take the center them out. They've never spawned. I think I've got two males. Is the problem?
yeah, that would make sense.
I'm pretty sure it's two males.
Those are some beautiful Severums, though.
They are. All right. So what you want to do is gather water, um, substrate, whatever kind of mud or sand. Sand is preferable. You can gather, get enough of that to create at least a 3-inch substrate. Um, and then you want to get the water, the substrate, any kind of plants or algae that are growing in there. You can also go into the sea and collect if you need to get more plants or whatever, plus whatever animals you can find. Inverts are wonderful. There are lots of them. Beware of crabs that get big. There are lots of crabs and shrimp that stay very small, and they're fine. But a crab that gets big, like a stone crab, which is a very common crab to run into when they're little tiny. If they have black tips on their claw, you do not want them in your tank because they will get big, and as they do, they will kill and eat everything in the tank. Plants, fish, snails, other crabs, other inverts, everything. You'll wind up with one big stone crab or blue crab or whatever it is. And any crab that's gonna get, 4, 5, 6 inches or more, you absolutely want to avoid in that tank because they're completely predaceous.
That's good to know. Todd
Oh,
has another question.
yeah, it's great fun to do it. Keep in mind, while you're doing that and thinking about it, that specifically was the very first fish tank that people kept routinely. They would spend the weekend at the beach and bring back all of that stuff and install it in these wonderful bird bath type tanks, big round tanks with flat panes of glass, little panes of glass built in like an octagon or hexagon shape. They were maybe 8, 10 inches tall and 3 feet around in a well-lit room, like a sun parlor. They would bring stuff in, put it in there, keep it all week, and then and then bring more in the following week. And that would be the routine that would last all summer long. They had no power, so there was no heat, no light, no filter, nothing like that. Um, and they would live in there for the whole summer. And some of them were clever enough to be able to keep them going through the winter.
That's
So,
pretty cool.
so if you do that, you'll be at one with hobbyists from the 1800s.
I'm gonna have to try that.
That's great fun. It really is.
And now
Yeah,
I want to go to the beach.
you're close enough to the Gulf. You can do that. You're kind of in between the Gulf and the Atlantic, I guess, aren't you?
Well, I'm more closer to the Atlantic, sadly. But
Okay.
my nephew lives closer to the Gulf, so I could always ask him the next time he goes to the beach, "Hey, bring me some stuff."
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
The most important thing is to get live sand and water. You could do the water and you can do the sand naturally. And then in Florida, there are all of these fossilized coral, the rock that you can install in your tank, and lots of really pretty macroalgae, which are an algae that gets really beautiful with lots of large leaves and color and shape and size. Wonderful stuff. I have a little bit here. The Florida is much nicer. Um, but yeah, you can have a really wonderful tank. And what you don't want is you don't want an air stove because it will cause the water to splash and you'll wind up with a salt incrustation all over everything. What you want instead is a small water pump that will circulate the water, and that will allow oxygen, CO2 exchange to occur. Cinnamon Giza is here. Hi, Cinnamon.
Hi guys.
How are you?
Good.
What are we looking at here?
Axolotls.
Oh
I've
my!
got there's Kirby. He's the biggest one.
Oh my!
I split them up today. Got him a bigger tank and then split them up. As they get bigger, I'll put them in bigger tanks. I have two that I'm gonna sell or give away or something because I don't need five.
Um,
This guy I'm keeping. He's the biggest of them all, Kirby.
why do you have them separated?
They said to separate them because they pick at each other.
Well, they don't.
Oh, they don't?
They do
Oh.
when they do before they finish their final development. When they get their two, is it front or back legs? Front legs, I guess. But once they become fully developed, I keep them together all the time.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, he's
they-
coming. He's
as-
coming over to say hi.
Yeah, as juveniles, they'll eat each other, but they're at a stage where you can put them together. And they'll be-
Okay. Well, see, this is I separated the little, see, I had some that didn't grow as big, and I put in this.
well, they're just yeah.
Here's the little guy, but there's even one smaller. I'm a little concerned that, a little concerned that maybe something's wrong with him because he's not, this guy's grown some. Let me see. Oh, here he is. You can see the little, can you see
Yeah.
him?
I do.
He's real little, real tiny. He really hasn't grown.
Is he fully developed? See,
Yeah.
all 4 feet.
Yeah, he has all 4 feet.
Okay.
He's very sweet and stuff, but I'm concerned that because all the others have gotten bigger and he hasn't. I mean, they were different sizes when I got them because it was at an auction there at the club.
Oh, I see. Huh.
but basically he has stayed that small compared to the others.
Hard to say. He might just be a dwarf.
I've been feeding. I separated him in particular, and this guy was a little bit smaller than the others, so I brought him over to be with him.
Yeah, just feed him
So
up.
he's smaller too. I figured then they'll get the food that they need.
Right.
That way these guys are a lot bigger. And especially Kirby. I mean, he's even bigger than the other two.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them. I've yet to spawn them. I don't know quite why. I've got right now a half a dozen, two of which I got at Keystone Clash.
Okay.
No, the year before that, I got them. And so I've had them for 2 years, and they have never spawned. And it disappeared for sure.
Okay.
I don't know what that's all about.
They've got the Lancaster Club's having another good one. They've got Master Breeder Dean. He does stuff with the co-op people. So he's somewhere near where Corey and them
Kentucky.
are. What's that?
His new warehouse is in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's located, but they call him Master Breeder Dean. Yeah, there's a last name, I just don't remember.
Yeah, he's in Seattle, so he's coming down. Wow.
Yeah, he's flying in. Yeah, they had Dan there, Dan's Fish, and they had a lot of people there. I mean, there was way more than there normally is.
Wow, that's when are their meetings?
The third Thursday of every month.
Third Thursday. I would love to make it up for one.
Yeah, they have quite a few decent speakers and stuff. These are probably the biggest one. I think the other one was another big YouTube one. Briggs, I think Chris Briggs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had him.
Where's this one? He's in Canada.
Yeah, so he had come down, and they had him for one of the visits. But yeah, the third Thursday, the Cichlid Club that I am part of in York, PA, that one they have some, but not as many big speakers. They're a smaller club.
Right.
But the axolotls I got there, and I guess this next one, the next Saturday, they're having they're gonna have some black ones, males, but they're like 11 inches long, and I'm not. I prefer to get them when they're this size and grow them up,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
But basically, yeah, the two I don't need 5 axolotls, so. The big guy I'm keeping, and then the littlest guy, of course, and I'll probably keep the other little one to keep him company. So
yeah, it's a problem. You really can't keep them in a community tank. They get beat up.
Yeah, and that's what most of mine are, as you know.
Yeah.
If you have time, I do have one other tank I wanted to show you.
Sure.
Okay, hold on.
Let's see. I gotta give her more string here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I set up. I may have here, hopefully in the next few months, some angelfish to sell you.
Oh, cool.
And those real good ones. I just set up this tank here because these two had paired up. They've had 2 sets of eggs now, but they've eaten every one of them.
A marble and a gold. That'd be a nice.
It's got pearl scale. They both have pearl scale, and one of them's Pignon.
Yeah.
The marble. The other one's a cream, like a cream gold. She's pretty. She has some like lines in her fins that are beautiful.
Yes, she does.
The only other thing in here is I have some bloom balloon belly rams that I'm trying out. See if I can breed them. They're
Nice.
just babies, though. I just got them, so
They're big enough to breed.
yeah.
Do you have a pair? Well,
There's a third little one somewhere in here. They like to hide. I took and I did some driftwood with some rocks,
yeah.
but I wanted to have more open space for the angels to swim in it, especially if they have babies. So, but I enjoyed doing that. And these are the rocks I collect. I've got
Love
all the
Nice.
I like unusual ones. Like that one's pink with white spots on it, and then this one with the crisscross on it.
Oh, I love both of those.
Neat.
Yeah, I enjoy the different rocks. Now, the other thing to show you was I have a new grow out tank for my babies.
Oh,
And if I
cool.
put my hand in here, there's a million babies in there.
That is awesome.
They are a mixture. They're the bloom belly mollies, and that's these little tiny ones here. The white ones are, which I have some larger ones, are what do you call them? Mickey Mouse platies with the Mickey Mouse white. They're white with a Mickey Mouse tail.
Nice.
And I got a whole bunch of them. They went crazy with having babies.
Huh.
But you can barely see with these bigger ones. You can see the Mickey Mouse outline.
Yeah.
I didn't think they'd have it until they got a little bit bigger.
I didn't think they would either.
Yeah. So I got this. I like the round, and then you can see on the top here.
Oh wow!
They know it's about dinner time, so they're.
Oh, look at
This
them.
one here, the bloom belly ones, I have like 5 or 6 of them in here. Were from the same group that came to you, Lou. So they should be getting bigger and starting to show their bloom bellies, as I call it. But that one in particular I kept because it has an orange face with a white body. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
That is.
So, but yeah, so I still have more of the shell dwellers now, and more. They just keep having babies.
Right.
So
Mine are still not big enough, but
yeah. These ones are even smaller than the ones I brought to you because they're younger, obviously.
right.
So, but they're getting up there. I have a whole tank that I thought was only a few, but I've got a ton in there.
Nice.
But those are the two that I wanted to show you guys tonight, besides the axolotl. Every time I put my hand like this, they all come down.
That they do.
Right.
There's a bunch in there.
That's when I know how many are in there. When they start getting bigger, I'm going to have to put them in other tanks. But basically for now, they're letting them just be safe. They're safe. There's nothing big in here, and they can just do their thing, grow up, basically.
Right.
So, all right. I will let you guys go. I'm sure there's others that want to show their tanks and stuff.
Yeah,
You guys have a good evening.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, these I have a 29 gallon and this is my 10 gallon. These are my 2 biggest tanks right now. But this is my only pea puffer because I have a snail bloom. But like, is that what I can feed them for their main food?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, this is my 29 gallon, and I know you can have a beta and stuff with like other stuff. Of course, I will be adding on to this tank, but it's just like, yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm trying to find ways to make it better.
Well, it needs more plants.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I'm just like, you know, I'm trying to buy enough stuff so eventually I can like, you know, some of those can grow out and then it'll like multiply or something. You know, like I don't know. It's just
if you can get out in a local pond or creek or whatever, you can collect wild plants, and they'll do fine in there.
Mm-hmm. So I got the Corys from my local LFS. How do I make them move a lot more? Like, so like, because I don't know how to make them like move around the tank.
Well, they will when they're hungry. They're obviously getting enough. They don't need to be foraging all the time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they'll move around more if they're hungrier.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
yeah,
this one's always foraging, but these don't.
well, that's why they just
Mhm.
don't need to.
Yeah. Um.
Now that one large, that could be a female. The other two could be males. That could have,
Yeah. The big one is the only female, and I have three or actually, this other one right here, this other Corey is a female, just not a grown up one. And these two, the two peppered, are males and stuff.
uh,
And they're trying to mate. It's just I don't know like how to get them to do that, even though they're at the age they're supposed to.
they lay eggs on the glass early in the morning, and if
Oh
you
yeah.
don't get to them within an hour or so, they get eaten. So you need to observe the tank at sunrise and see if you spot eggs. They'll
Yeah.
be they'll be on the glass. I mean,
Okay. I'm just
they could be on that rock, but likely they'll put them on the glass.
yeah. I'm also trying to worry about these like juvenile guppies or whatever they are like because my female guppy died not too long ago, and I'm trying to take care of them and giving like away to my LFS or something. I just like I don't know what to do, even though I have like fish flakes and stuff. I just like
Yeah, they're
do I
big
just let them
enough.
roam around?
They're big enough to release into the tank. I don't think
Okay,
they
should
have anything.
oh
I don't think there's anything in there that's going to eat them. The bikers.
okay. There's no like big fish.
Is that a
There's
biker? What is that?
no. That's a black holy loach.
Oh, it's a loach. Okay. Yeah, I would release the guppies into the tank. That'll be fun.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna go back down to my 10 gallon. I will be changing the top, but this is how I got it from Goodwill. Just like it was I guess a reptile thing.
Oh,
And is this good for like the filtration right here, like a sponge filter, so my pea puffer doesn't get sucked in, and also like this kind of filtration is like sponges, so like it'll
sure.
get it like polished. Is that
Right.
fine?
Yeah,
Oh,
Mhm.
really? Okay.
you're okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for the stuff.
Well, you're very welcome. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye.
No, thanks. We've had somebody say in the chat that it was hard for them to hear you. Did your microphone get moved away a little bit? Because I can hear you fine, but I don't know.
It
Hopefully
may
that'll
just
help.
not be close enough. See if
Yeah.
that's better. Is that better?
Oh yeah.
Hi, Bob says that was me. Schooling fish and tetras are where I started, says that. Nice. Oh, my eyes are burning.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. Private YouTuber says that's better. Very good. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't have the mic close enough.
Hey, it happens.
There, Elsa.
Really clear.
Eh. Megan, hi Megan.
Hey.
Megan's been with her mother and her parents all day
Oh, that's sweet.
with their kiddos.
Mm-hmm.
Megan is working on our new store, so she's the the magician behind that. That's going to be wonderful. Real excited about it. Christian says we don't want to miss a single word. I say, am I? Mandarin Gubby, Cheers Aquatics. You have good tank and good fish. Uh, Yeah, he just needs plants.
Yeah.
Um,
And Todd did have one more question that I didn't get to ask you. He asked in my chat. He said that he wants to know if my tank stinks, can I do how many water changes do I do?
if my tank stinks, how
Mhm.
many water changes?
Mhm.
Oh dear God. Well, before I do a water change, I figure out why it stinks
Mhm.
because that's not normal.
Mhm.
A tank should never stink. Why don't you want to talk about your recent experience with
Oh
stinking
yeah.
today?
Yeah. We got to keep in mind, you guys, I have no sense of smell from the flu. So I did not realize that my tank down there, which was not a Father Fish tank, it was just my experimental green water tank that I've been using to grow out Molly fry. I didn't realize it crashed. My husband came in here, he was helping me top off all the tanks, and he said, "Oh no, there's something wrong with this tank. You have no sense of smell." And he's been working on it ever since. Good thing is one fish lived, but last night I had several fish in there. It just bam crashed. It did a cascade effect. I'm thinking since it was such dark green water, more than one died because I pulled out one dead one last night.
Huh.
Only got one left. So you definitely do not want to have a stinky tank. That is not a good thing to have. It will kill your fish quick.
Well, yeah, the odor is excess nutrient that is broken down by bacteria, and the odor is actually the bacteria that are being released. It's uniquely nasty and gases. Um, but when that happens, usually it means there's a substantial drop in oxygen. And it typically is enough to kill whatever fish there are. The fish die from a lack of oxygen. They, in effect, suffocate. Um, so the first thing is to figure out what's causing the problem. It could be a dead fish. A large enough dead fish will create the problem, and then there will be more dead fish, and it'll get worse until everything is dead. So figure out what's causing it. Number one, if you have fish in the tank and they are obviously struggling, then you need to get them out.
Mhm.
And then once you've taken those two steps, the first of cleaning out whatever it is that's causing the problem, if you can find it, and you should be able to. It typically is something significant. Um, first is to get struggling fish out. Second is to find source of the problem and get as much of that out as you can. And then you can do a partial water change. If you do 25%, keeping in mind you don't have to do any water change at all. The tank, once you get the offending dead material out of the tank, then the bacteria will stop blooming and it'll be able to return to a normal state so that in 2 or 3 days it'll be back to being perfectly normal. But you can take 25% of the water out, add 25% new water. That'll help instigate a healthier environment right away, instantly, which should have a salutary effect. It should cause things to turn around then very quickly. So you should only need to change it one time and no more than 25%. If you get the fish out, if they're struggling, if they're not, you can leave them in there and just try to figure out what's causing the problem. But the likelihood is, if there's odor, if that tank smells bad, the fish must come out. Otherwise, and some of them are probably already going to be dead. So it's a very bad situation, and it's caused typically by oxygen deprivation, which is a result of something decaying and rotting and bacteria building up, burning out the oxygen, and creating an intolerable environment for the fish. Matthew Plowden. Hello, hello. Doom Pie. Who else is here? Christian Scorchu. Mandarin Gobi. Radina. Poojers. Can plant stem do that too? They can, but it's very unusual for that to happen. It would require a lot of them dying, all of them dying. If something hit the water, some kind of herbicide or some kind of chemical that killed plants, and you had a lot of plants in there, and they all died, yeah, that would pollute the tank. Which is why I recommend you don't put a lot of dead, dried leaves in the tank all at once, because it will overwhelm the tank's ability to manage the biological load. The tank has to build up to be able to do that. So that's the other way to understand this. The tank is handling dead material all the time. So it's got organics built up in it to be able to do that. But they exist at a given level. They can be exceeded a little bit and they'll catch up and they'll be fine. But if all of a sudden there's this much organic dead material and you're of the ability of the biological material is only sufficient to handle this much, then it's going to overwhelm it and things will begin to die. So you put small amounts in at the time. If you increase it incrementally, it'll keep up and it'll build up and it'll get stronger and stronger. So your tank will actually be able to maintain more biological activity than it could at a lower level. All right, Danielle is here. Let's say hi to Danielle.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Nice.
Well, that explains quite a lot, really. But I did a thing on Saturday. Are you ready to see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You bet.
Ta-da.
Oh my
Beautiful.
word. Let's see.
Oh, we got to get that full screen.
Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go.
Amazing work, Danielle.
Wow.
And
Wonderful.
I've got really great news about that because so everything in here was dying. It was a plant forsaken wasteland beforehand, but now we've got Father Fish substrate in our sand, and I need more plants. I know that. Don't worry, guys. I know I need a lot more plants. I just don't have them right now.
Hey, you'll definitely get there.
But the good news is But over here, you can see I had a lot of stems that were dying, but I managed to salvage them. And look, they've got baby leaves on them now.
Oh, awesome.
And
That
it's
is
only
awesome.
been since Saturday, so I'm excited.
Hey, I'm excited for you. I mean, you have
Nice.
done an amazing job on that tank.
And all my fishies are swimming around now. They all look a lot happier.
That
Gorgeous.
they do. That is beautiful. I love that piece of driftwood that you have on the right.
And wait, that one?
Actually,
Oops.
yes, that tall one. That it's like a tall structure. Is that driftwood?
Oh,
Oh, I love it.
yeah,
I'm used to
this
seeing those
from a
laid down.
guy
I
on
love how you've got
Etsy.
it standing straight up. That's awesome.
I got this from a guy on Etsy. He does custom chola pieces. I'll send you the link if you want.
Oh yeah, please do,
Ah.
Danielle. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And I didn't want to waste all the gravel. I mean, some of the gravel got mixed in with the sand because I had to take the sand I had out. But I made kind of like a little garden.
Oh
I
yeah.
love that.
Ah.
And I like having the bubbler bubble through the rocks. I think that looks good.
That
Very
does
clever.
look good.
But I'm a lot happier with this now. And that means I now have every tank Father Fish style.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
Oh, and Father Fish, you were right. This is not a 64. According to the substrate calculator, it is a 55 tall.
Hey, cool.
So I've got 55s.
That's
That
3
is
foot,
cool.
isn't it? 3 foot by 18. By 8.
It is, I think, no, I think it's 30 wide and it's
Really?
not quite 3 foot. I think maybe it is 30 inches. Oh, wait, no, 17 and a half this way.
Right.
And then I think 24 or 30 this way.
Huh.
It's a weird shaped tank.
Well,
I love it.
the 12-inch tape ones are 29 gallons. So you've got another 50%. So
Yeah,
it's
I've had it for 12 years, but I've never been as happy as this.
very nice.
Thank you.
Yes, it is.
And my other 55, I need to get a bigger light because the plants on the sides aren't getting enough light anymore because everything in the middle has grown up.
Right.
I know how that goes.
Yeah,
But-
I've been getting the outdoor floodlights, and I'll put 2 of them on like a 55. They're little boxes. They're kind of 8 by 6 or something.
Okay.
50 watt or 100 watt. They're inexpensive. They're waterproof, and it's a strong white light. Very
They're
nice.
nice lights.
This is my quarantine tank, but I figured I'd show my new caddies I have.
Oh, they're beautiful.
There's these guys, and the other guy is in the back munching on food web.
Nice.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah. I'd love to go off the other 55 and the 5.5, but I don't want to take up too much time here. I mainly just wanted to show the renovation.
I
Excellent.
love it.
But I'm very excited to get more plants in, and my puppy is upset. But
Well, good
yeah.
job.
I love this so much more, and just seeing the difference in my fish already is outstanding.
You bet.
That it is.
All right, I will
Yeah.
let somebody else hop in. Christian B, maybe you could show us the fishies tonight, my friend. Huh?
Oh, that would be fun.
Right?
Really.
All right, I'll see you guys back in the chat.
Yeah, you bet. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Oh dear.
You okay?
I don't know. I tried to drink some water, and it hit my lungs. I've been gagging here. Father Fish around so I can bring on my chocolate peanut butter ice cream.
That sounds good.
Oh no. He tapped on his 5.5 gallon and it busted. Of course, he was tapping with a hammer.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Something I've always been scared of is the large tanks busting.
That's a little tiny tank. Matthew.
I don't know. To me, the idea of having 5 gallons of water in the floor, that's a lot for me.
Well, yeah. There is that.
At least it wasn't a 55 gallon. Because at first, when I first saw that, I thought 55 gallon. I'm like, oh, that would be a nightmare.
Nice.
And it is.
Well, Jacob is here. Let's say hello to Jacob. Hi, Jacob.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
What's
I got
going
some
on? What's
some
going
moss
on?
today, big old clumps of moss and algae, and then I put that in there, and then I gave them some more leaves.
Nice.
Yes, you
It's
did.
just,
You're
it's
doing a
just,
great
it's just
job,
growing.
Jacob.
If
It's
you
just
pull,
growing.
pull some of those plants out from the front, it'll give you a better view into the depths of the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Just the ones that are growing on the glass in front, pull them out. You can plant them in the back or put them in another tank. But that'll open up that front a little bit. I have to do that in mine all the time. Plants seem to love growing along the edge of the glass. Don't know why that is.
I
It
like it.
definitely seems like they have a preference for it.
Yeah, maybe. I think they hit the wall and just run along it.
That would
So,
make sense.
looking good, Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Looking,
yeah, it's really looking good.
yeah, very nice. Thank you,
I
sir. Good to
I
see
got
you.
all I got.
Whoops.
Did we lose him?
Yeah,
Yep. I think we lost him.
right.
He's doing great with his tanks, though. He's come so
Yeah,
far.
it is looking good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Dead mystery snail. Well, that's
Worst
a
smell.
snake. That's a
Yeah,
net. That's a net. Any kind of shellfish that dies. That's the worst smell there is.
yeah, it is.
Really hard. I remember where I used to live on Kent Island, and there was an old farmer there who every fall would go out in his boat and collect minnows, which is a soft shell clam.
Mm-hmm.
Now he had a dredge, so he would dredge it along, rinse them out, and he would collect, oh, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 bushel, a lot of them.
Wow.
And he'd bring them back, and he would take them out on his field, spread them on his field, and then run over them and crush them. The odor from that, after about 2 days, it permeated about a mile in every direction. And it was awful.
Had
Just
to be.
awful. The
I
most
couldn't imagine that smell.
horrid stink. It was, you'd think a cow had died.
Right?
It was dreadful. And it
That
did
sounds even worse than a dead mystery snail.
I think we finally got together and made him shut it down. And he didn't have anybody living near him,
Mhm.
but it just permeated the countryside. It was horrendous. I lived half a mile away, half a mile. And boy, it was bad. You didn't want to drive by his farm.
That's pretty bad.
It's amazing.
Oh, it looks like we got Matthew here. Actually, we got quite a few people.
What is it? Why is Instagram disconnected the stream?
Yeah, for some reason, my Instagram, it only lets me live stream for an hour and then I have to reconnect it. No idea why, because yours is still going strong.
Yeah, we have. Wow.
Just need to reconnect it real quick.
Glory. We got a bunch of people here, I think.
That we do.
Matthew, Craig, Danios, and Donnie. We need to run through them here. Let's start with Matthew. Hey, Matthew.
Hey.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I mainly called to kind of explain myself on that tank.
Yeah.
It was the 5.5 gallon,
Right.
and it actually happened outside because it went through a white cloudy and then it went through a green cloudy, and it was stressing me out. So it was so small, I was just going to start all over again, right? Well, I took it outside and I poured the sand out of it, and sand was still stuck to the side, and I tapped it about twice and it busted. So it's still sitting out in the yard. I'm just glad it didn't cut my hand. I mean, actually, I'm kind of relieved because I don't have to stress over it anymore.
Yeah,
But
right.
I took the plants and put them in this one, so it all worked out. It's fine.
Nice.
But anyways, just wanted to offer a little explanation.
You
Glad you did.
And let you get on with the other people. They probably got a lot better, more interesting stuff than I do.
Matthew. Thanks for
All
clearing
right.
that up.
Yeah, thanks for clearing up. I love your tank.
All right, Craig. Hi, Craig.
Hi, Father Fish. Hi, Dina. How's it going?
Good.
Very good. That's
I rang last week about the angelfish fry, but they didn't make it in the end. He was doing real well, and then I had a look in the morning, and he'd had it. So, but I went to local woods, and I got some leaves, so I put them in there. I was a bit concerned about them, but they'd be okay. Does it matter? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they're oak. Oak leaves are alright, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And the angelfish, that one, she seems a bit like lethargic. She was swimming a bit erratically. I don't know if it was a swim bladder, so I fasted her for 2 days, and then she seems a bit better. But is there anything else I can do?
No, I think you're on the right track. She seems okay.
Yeah, I've only had her for about a month. So could it be that she's in a new tank? She's just getting used to it, or?
Could very well be.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks healthy enough.
Yeah. Yeah, they all seem happy. Okay, I'll let you get on with everyone else. I got some shrimp in there as well. I got 2 shrimp.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's just hanging on there.
Very good.
I'll let you get on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Craig.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, thank you.
Let's see. That was Craig. There's Danios.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah.
very clear.
Yeah. I finally got a headset. I finally got a headset, so I hope it's not as muffled.
Much better. So much better.
Yeah. That's great. So I've put the 2 guppies in here, the tuxedo guppies. They're Uh, they're right here.
Uh-huh.
They've been at the top for a while, but they sometimes go to swim with the others. I think they're just a little stressed because they're new. Uh, I don't know. Do you think that they're stressed because they're new? That they've
Maybe. I think they're all
yeah
right. They
yeah
look
be-
fine. They're
because
acting,
I haven't seen anything abnormal on them. They've been
well, they're
eating
acting
fine,
normal.
swimming fine.
Well, they
Yeah
may just be up top looking for food. They're probably
yeah
just in feeding mode.
yeah. They may just be doing that because
Yeah.
they might be used to there because uh, I've fed them quite a bit there.
Uh, well,
So they were nice and fat and nice fat breeding.
right.
Yeah. Then I have a platy here. She's gonna be giving birth, I think, uh, in about this week or 2 weeks. I don't think longer than that because she's very fat. If I can just, no, that's not her. That's her. That's her.
Oh, yeah.
Big mom.
It's amazing how long that can take.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
One day you see eyes, and then a month later, finally she's giving birth.
Right, right.
Right?
I know.
Yeah, but I just prepared the breeding box here because her her egg spot has seemed to be very white, like
Yeah,
very puffed up and white.
I doubt there's anything in there that would eat the babies. But the breed
Yeah,
box is always a good idea.
yeah, because I plan to put them in this tank with the other babies later,
Yeah.
so I can grow them out, and then in that bigger tank where I think I might put some veil-tail blue eyes in here
Ah,
so they can breed.
That'd be
Uh,
nice.
nice.
there's also the two guppies in here,
Ah,
Love those
and
guppies.
you have some pretty guppies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know when to put them in there. I think about 2 weeks or a week.
Now, are your
Uh,
guppies bred locally? Do you know?
uh, oh, I don't know. One of them I know that was from a breeder that didn't have very good looking tanks and like didn't didn't look like he was taking very good care of his fish. So I don't
Ah,
know, but one of them died in the bag. So
yeah,
I don't know. I might keep the blue one in there for a longer time. I just took my headphones out accidentally there.
then we're good.
But yeah, but I will probably keep him in here for a longer time because I don't know if he could be carrying something. But he looks pretty healthy. He
Yeah, he does.
That he
he
does.
shows off his fins a lot.
Right,
Yeah, he knows he's pretty.
Yeah,
right.
and tries to breed always. Always tries to breed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he's fine.
Yeah, I will probably buy two more guppies, two more girls, so that they don't chase each other too much.
Yeah,
Right.
that'll help them keep from getting stressed out.
Yeah, and I've just realized that I've started growing some algae or biofilm here. I don't know. I like it. But I like how it looks, but I'm not sure if it's algae or biofilm.
Uh,
Wait, right there,
yeah,
It kind of looks.
the fuzzy stuff.
yeah, it's algae.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. They've been eating it a lot,
Right, right.
and live bears like algae a lot.
A
But
plant or some snails would probably clear it up.
Yeah, I do have some snails in here. I have some pond snails in there that I can't get off anywhere because they're on every floating plant. Just they breed everywhere.
I
So
know.
there's tons of them, and I also have ram's horns uh, and two wizard snails. This one has just been closed up for a while. I uh, hope he's okay. I don't know if they sleep a lot like mystery snails or other snails
Right.
that I have experience with, but he might just be sleeping. A lot of snails that I own also like to sleep because I have mystery snails and rabbit snails there. They've the rabbit snails have been breeding a lot, but the mystery snails not as much. But the pond snails, that's just on a whole nother level. That's
Very
just
nice, Danny Oaks.
yeah. And
Nice.
also I wanted to ask you, my stem plants haven't been doing very well here. They've just all been coming out of the
You may not have
substrate.
enough light.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It looks like the light is pretty subdued.
yeah, that would make sense because there's a lot of lily pads and
Get rid of those
foliage.
later. Just tear them out.
Hmm.
Oh,
Cut 'em
okay.
back. Get rid of the lilies. It
Oh,
didn't block all the light.
yeah.
That'll make a
Uh,
difference.
I like the lilies there because the fish like them. I don't
Well,
know if I.
the leaf that grows in the water is much prettier.
Yeah.
That it is.
But
Oh, yeah.
if you keep those floating leaves out of there, they'll develop the leaf in the water.
Yeah, so you're telling me to just cut the stems of these plants so
Yeah,
they don't grow as tall.
yeah.
Yeah, I've had one with my betta here that hasn't been growing much, but one of the stems has started growing more.
Okay,
But the betta likes it a lot.
nice.
Just most fish. There's
I'll
one
be
of
right
the
back, guys.
baby. Yeah, that's one of the baby rabbit snails right there.
Okay. Oh, really?
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye. Thanks,
Bye.
then.
Have a good evening or night.
Bye bye.
Good night.
He was up. He's been up all night waiting to come up and join us. Let's see. Donnie is here. Hey, Donnie. Oh, my. I think we're in for a treat here.
How you doing?
Get him. Good. How are you? Mercy. Good. You got a gar?
Doing pretty good.
Is that a gar? Is that a Florida gar up there? Oh, an Arapima. Arapima and a gar. My. How big is the Arapima?
Oh, he's about 32 inches or so.
Oh, my word. He's a big guy. So what size tank is that?
450.
A 450. Wow. Pretty impressive. He's beautiful. Got the red on the tail. That's a mature fish. That's very exciting. Wow. Pretty impressive. That's a good fish to have with it too. The gar, because he can hold his own.
Yeah, this volume is very messed up.
Uh, that's wonderful. So you're not hearing me. That's a very impressive fish. Now those are fish that could actually be kept in a planted in a deep substrate planted tank because they're not going to tear it up. Being able to keep an Arapima to that size is really quite impressive. They're jumpers and they can be very, very difficult. I've had them a few times. I will be getting them again. I created some large tanks to be able to get some of these big fish. So that's pretty exciting. Thank you so much for coming out and showing us that. Get your volume fixed so we can chat. Hey, Frank.
Hello, Father Fish. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I hope you're well. And
Oh well, I'm doing a little better.
that's
I've
good.
got to go back in for a procedure, so I'm hoping to get a whole lot better.
Well, good. We'll keep you in our prayers.
Amen. Thank you.
Tonight and always. And hello, Dina, as well.
Yeah, I know where Dina took off for the.
Yeah, Dina left us.
She did. She left
What the
me.
heck?
I don't know where she is. She'll be back. We can only hope so.
Yeah.
What do you got to show us, Frank?
Well, Father, just a little bit follow up on the tank, and I guess gotta turn the thing.
Ah.
Yeah, so the fish, the angel fish are really growing.
Oh, nice.
Is that coming through? And I don't have my thumb.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
Because I normally do that, but so we just put a little
Wow.
gel food, some rapashi down there.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so they're doing great. Everybody's happy.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but man, the exponential growth of these fish since I was last on your show, just probably a couple weeks ago. But I guess they grow like that when they're young, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're gonna get big. They look great.
Yeah, I just love the colors on them, and
Yeah. Cool. Looking good. Nice.
Yeah, everybody's pretty happy. They pretty much just hang out down on this end too, but this is where I feed them, so
Right.
so that makes sense. But man, when I up here at the tank, this is probably the best part about fish keeping is having some kind of husbandry with the fish.
Right.
That they all line up when you're at the side of the tank, and they can see you, and they know what's coming, right? So
Right.
that's
Right,
great.
and that's some beautiful angels, Frank. Beautiful.
Yeah, they're really coming, Dina. They're really coming, and considering, I mean, they were probably like 2-inch fish when I acquired them, introduced them 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're doing pretty good. So
Yeah. They're
Squirt
red out.
sorry, go ahead.
It's okay.
Squirt asked, is there any way we can see all of the tank?
yeah, absolutely. I probably have to stand back because it's like a 280-gallon tank. So
Wow.
Stop me when you.
Wow.
Right there.
Stop
Wow, that
me
is
when you can
breathtaking.
see it. But
You got it. Right.
yeah.
You got it perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, thank you. Great. But
You said
yeah,
that's 250?
what's that?
You said that this is a 250 gallon?
Yeah.
280, 280.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's about what that Arapima was in. We were just looking at
Yeah. I saw that.
size. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that I missed it. Sorry I had to run like that.
No worries. Happy Mother's Day, by the way, if that's
Oh,
a
thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, the Arapima, the the angels, the ultims.
Boy, those Ultims would have been great, right?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the cost of that, not that really matters, but just the sadness that if anything happened. Now, um, these are probably as close, right? Because they're from the same area, the Orinoco, but
Yeah, it's the Peruvian ultim. They call it a Peruvian ultim.
exactly right. But those are very expensive. But I just love the coloring on these fish. So this tank was originally going to be discus, and I just didn't pull the trigger. I didn't do it because raising the temperatures and the plants and all the other things. Um, so I think I made the right choice. So, anyways,
You can still do it. You
I
can
still
still let them in. What's your temperature in there?
it's currently 79 degrees.
Okay. You would only have to go up to like 82, 83 to be able to maintain discus in it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't take that much.
That would look really pretty with
And
the
it would handle them. It's certainly a big enough tank.
Oh yeah. No, certainly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly
But there's so many fish you can put in there that would, do really well. It's nice tank.
Mm-hmm.
So
Beautiful plantings.
yeah, just watching some pandas or not pandas. I'm sorry, but pepper quarries.
Salt and peppercorns, yeah.
Yeah, a few disparate. Sometimes they don't always school up, but the rummy nose tetras.
Right.
Now you'll notice some black beard algae, which has also started to form, but I'm spot treating that.
Yeah, and get some more plants in there will help too. Is that a fern?
It's an Anubia.
Okay. The one in the back.
Oh, pennywort. In the far back.
No, the one behind that crick alongside that's an acris. The one on the right. Keep scrolling. Keep moving. Keep moving in that direction. Right there.
Anubias.
No, alongside it. You've got two Anubias in the front, and then there's a greener plant in the back.
I'm not sure. What? Oh, back? Way back?
Yeah, that one.
Way back.
Yep, way back.
Sagittaria in the way
Oh,
back.
it's a Sag. Okay.
And then Anubia on most of the areas in here, and then a lot of Java fern on the woodwork, etc.
We just lost your picture.
You did? Oh shoot!
It's gone. Totally gone.
Totally gone. That's not
Right.
I don't know how that
Hey,
can
it happens.
There we are.
How can that happen?
Back.
And Java fern,
Nice.
more Java fern, more Anubia, lots of Java fern.
Huh.
Are a blessing and a curse, but
Oh yeah.
no work.
Great tank.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
thank you. Thank you.
Very nice.
All right, let you move on.
Thank you, Frank.
Yeah, thank you, Father Fish. Get well. Get well.
Bye for now. Thank you. All right, Ron's here. Let's see what Ron's got. Hi, Ron.
Hi, Father Fish. Hi, Dina. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. So this is actually the first time I'm speaking with you guys, and I've been looking forward to this day. But unfortunately, I'm in a bad circumstances now. Basically, what happened is I actually had this tank and this tank, and that tank. So all of this was actually first set up by Aquasoil. So I actually didn't know about you that much then. So I actually came to know about you just 3 months back, and I implemented your way, and I built my first father fish tank. That is that. So this tank is just 20 days old, and it is showing like growth which I have never seen. The plant growth that is here, I've never seen in those tanks. And yeah, I'm by the way returning hobbyist. So like I was 2 years in between due to some issues in my family and all. I actually couldn't continue with my hobby. So these all these three tanks were actually lying dead for the last 3 months. And then I mean, sorry, for the last 2 years. And then since last 3 months, I actually so these two tanks I first set up, and these are basically my old substrate that I had. These substrate were lying here. I mean, the aqua soil and all. These are all the old substrate. The only thing I did is added a little bit layer of sand in it, and then I replanted. So the substrate, and I didn't do anything with the substrate. The substrate was lying there, and I thought that since it has not been. I mean, there was not so many plants earlier. So I'm sure that the nutrients are still there in the substrate. So I used it up. But then that is also, I'm talking about the month of February, and I still didn't implement your way. Then enter you in my life, and everything changed. So this is my father fish tank first setup. So 1 inch of dirt. Okay, let me just turn on the lights. Yeah, so there is 1 inch of dirt and 2 inches of sand. And unfortunately, I'm in India, so I have no way to source your supplements and all that. So right now, what I did is I just followed your rule of peat moss, and actually, I used coco peat. In India, peat moss, I mean, coco peat is more common. So, and there is potting soil and a little bit of garden soil, and also there's vermicompost, which I used instead of normal compost. So, that is how I set up. I just made do with what I had, and it is showing good and everything. But the circumstances why I said is bad is I unfortunately did a big mistake. So last week, no, sorry, last week, when I was actually excited to show you my tank, and I bought a few rainbow fishes in this tank, and I forgot to quarantine it. I have this quarantine tank, and yes, they bought ick with them. So well, I'm they're undergoing treatment right now. I lost almost five of the rainbows till now, and there are three platies. I'm sorry, three Sharpe tetras which was there in that tank, which I was using them to cycle, and they were perfectly healthy, unless the pest, the ick,
How
it
are you
just
treating the egg?
so yeah, it was ick. Yeah, it was ick. So and it was my bad. I couldn't diagnose the ick, very soon enough.
Hey,
So
that
I
happens.
would say, yeah. So I would say, I mean, it was the secondary or the, I mean, even, I mean, there is something called secondary infection, right? When they fall off once and then they come up again to attack the fish, right? So I think it was not even the second, it was the third time, I guess, because by the time I had noticed that, actually I was not at my home for 2 days. So when I came back, I saw the all of the fishes, like even these ones, the scarlet rainbows, the Australian rainbows, the rams, the dwarf gouramis, everyone was affected. So I was able to save these bunch, I guess. I'm still not sure. I'm 3 days into the uh, treatment, following your advice totally. 86 degrees temperature, there's a
Awesome.
heater in, and yeah, I also made them eat a little bit of garlic yesterday. I mixed it up with their food. I smashed the garlic and dosed them with garlic. So these two tanks are so even my new father fish tank has ick in it now, and it also has a heater, by the way. And I've turned up the oxygen, since you said that the dissolved oxygen can get low when the heat goes up. So yeah, that's about it. I really didn't think that I would be, I mean, this would be the condition that I would be, speaking with you the first time, showing my tank, and everything is devastated. So right now, the only tank is healthy right now is this one, and this one is not a father fish tank, but yes, it actually I didn't want to waste my aqua soil, so I just topped it up with a layer of sand, and well, it's not obviously not showing that kind of growth which is there in your father fish tank, but obviously, I mean that tank is more than I mean that tank is like awesome. I mean I'm in love with this tank, by the way.
It's
I don't
beautiful.
know.
All of the things are beautiful.
So
Wonderful. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask a few questions, Father Fish. I know I'm taking a lot of time, but just a couple of questions. Are bladder snails like, are they going to harm this? Because in the
No,
last 1 week, I have seen
no,
that the
they'll be
population is growing too much.
should
Hmm.
be okay.
Should be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And what about the ick? I mean, I'm very worried. I don't know. I mean, I'm third day into that into the treatment, and
Well, just
I don't know
leave
how long I should continue.
No, it's okay. You've done right. Just leave it up for about a week.
About a week. Okay. All right. I'll try do. I'll do that. I'll keep it up for about a week. And okay. So I'm also gonna transform these two tanks, by the way, in Father Fish tanks as well. Just I'm just trying to find my sweet time so that I can, because
It's
I
fine.
really don't want to take. I
Yeah,
don't
they
want to
look
take
good.
out the
The
plants.
tanks look
Uh huh.
good. I like them.
Okay. All
Good
right. I
tanks.
just. So the ick is gonna go, right? I mean, I'm a bit
Yeah,
worried.
it's already right. It's already dropped off. It's
Yeah.
laying down in the bottom.
Uh huh.
After about 4 days, it
Uh huh.
dies.
Okay. So
So
then I can bring the temperature down, right? I
yeah,
mean, yeah.
yes.
Okay. 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 Great. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I mean, yeah, this is my guppy tank. By the way, the guppies are inside. I'm not able to show them properly. They're all playing. They're fine. This tank has still no, because actually I took out a fish from this tank and put it in that tank, and that was the time actually it went to your tank as well. I mean the father fish tank, but it actually started through this, and it came with the rainbow fishes. I'm sure. I'm also
Okay.
growing out some plants here, some excess plants which I couldn't put in the tank
Love it.
Perfect.
in a bucket and all. Yeah. All right.
Very nice. I appreciate it.
You're doing a
Thanks a
great
lot.
job.
Yeah, good
Make
job.
sure to
Looking
keep us
good.
updated.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks. That really means a lot.
You bet. Bye for now. Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you. It's got some beautiful tanks. Absolutely stunning.
Right.
Hmm.
Oh dear. How we doing here?
Doing pretty good. It's 7:17.
17. Oh, okay. So in half an hour or so, we may be visited by someone from the fish farm. I've been invited to join them on their live stream at 8 o'clock.
That's gonna
So
be
we're
fun.
going to get off here a little bit early, but hopefully they will come up
Hmm.
and we'll be able to introduce them to you and get the link so you can all join us as we
Absolutely. That's gonna
continue the madness
be
for
fun.
another
Right.
hour. Mercy. I have trouble with the Indian accent when the person is speaking very quickly. I have to
It's definitely
really
hard to follow.
concentrate. I have to really concentrate to get it. I mean,
Hmm.
his English is perfect. It,
Absolutely.
it's simply the accent that
Hmm.
throws me, and I'm pretty good with accents. I I've lived in areas of the country where the accents are about as extreme as they can get. I lived in Appalachia, and I lived in Boston, in Boston and Appalachia. So I get accents, and I'm in Maryland. Maryland's even worse. In fact, I was in Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland, where they got crabs and honey. Don't you know? Don't you know they love their crabs? Love their crabs in Baltimore.
You pretty much heard every accent then in America.
Funny. I like the Louisiana.
Oh, that is a cool accent.
Louisiana. My favorite are the Louisiana Bayou,
Mm-hmm.
the Cajun country.
Oh yeah, they've got a really cool accent.
That's my absolute favorite. I can't do it. I'm not good at it. Never
I
lived
can't
around.
either.
I never lived around it. I've always thought I would really enjoy living in Cajun country. And I could have done that when I was in Florida. Would have been pretty easy
Right.
transition. Never did it. Great, guess who's here?
Christian B. Hey.
Christian B.
Hey guys,
Christian, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I hope you're doing good as well.
I'm doing better. I'm gonna get a whole lot better here pretty quick, I think.
I thought I'd just pop in for a minute and show the discus tank again.
Oh, wonderful.
I added this little guy, and he kind of a little bit of a
star
tank. Now this big one is keeping this other one run off.
Huh.
And he keeps the little one hemmed up in the corner.
Well, that's interesting. Well,
there's my tiger lotus I was talking about.
That is a beautiful lotus.
It is. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it would have a lot more leaves, but I just keep trimming them off.
Right. Yeah, the purple is really nice. Don't always see that level of purple.
But it doesn't grow near as big.
Right.
And some of the plants are doing good. You know, some of the plants just didn't take. But I guess the tank's just figuring out, or the plants are figuring out whether they like the tank or not.
Well, that's right. And it changes. You know, in 6 months, you'll be able to grow stuff you can't grow now.
And I keep it at 84. I'm wondering if some of these plants just don't do well at that temperature.
It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly possible.
Back up.
How many bettas do you think you have in there now?
How many what?
How many betta fish do you think you've got in there?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe 100, 120.
Wow.
That's what I was thinking. I love it.
A few of them got eaten by the big guy here. I seen him catch a couple of them.
It happens.
But, I mean, he only eats mosquito larvae and bettas. So
Funny.
These other two, they'll eat just about anything I put in.
Well, you know, the color pattern on some of these bettas, I've got about 50 of them or so in my tanks. And every once in a while, I'll see a color pattern like nothing I've ever seen before. I saw one yesterday that has a zebra pattern.
Ooh.
Never saw that before.
Wow.
Neither have I. Wow.
Yeah, I kind of mix it up. I don't put bettas together that look alike.
Yeah.
I try to different colored bettas to see what I'll get.
Right.
And sometimes it works out and sometimes not so much.
Ooh.
Well, one of the female bettas that you sent me has the most interesting color pattern that I've ever seen on a betta fish. She actually has developed, she's solid white and now has these little black spots like a cow. She is adorable.
Oh, wow. Neat.
Yeah, I think the ones I sent you have blue eyes, don't they?
Yes, they are so adorable.
Oh.
Yeah, I get a few of the white ones that have blue eyes, but most of them have black eyes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I'll get on out of here. I just wanted to
Looking good. Thank you, Christian. Good to see you.
Good to see y'all. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. I love his setup for raising bettas. That's just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Eventually, I'm going to overthrow the garage, set up a giant tank, and do that.
Right. Oh. Mercy. Where are we at? Oh, I got to get my second wind here if I'm going to carry on. Adam is not here tonight. Missing Adam. Let's see. Megan has a question.
Mm-hmm.
That's my tank for minerals. Oh dear.
That's an interesting question.
I don't know.
I've never needed to test for minerals before.
Well, I the supplement is one of the main focuses of the supplement is to ensure that there's an adequate diversity of minerals, magnesium, potassium, iron, or some of the basics. And I add supplements to specifically make sure that those minerals are included in sufficient quantity. That they're not gonna just run out in a matter of a month or two. What is she saying that?
I'm thinking that she's worried about some of the minerals in city water, maybe like fluoride, the different minerals that they add, maybe.
Apparently having trouble with plants. Lord. I don't know. Megan, what's happening with the plants and what do you have going in there now? What's your substrate? Matthew.
Oh, it looks like we got the prodigious one waiting.
Oh, Rant. He was, yeah, that's what it was. A rant. Yeah, I'm not doing on a rant. Yeah, Funk is here. Or was. What time was that? 6:40. That was a while back. An hour ago. Missed that. I wasn't paying attention, was I?
Actually, I think we brought that one up about an hour ago, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah, I read this.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Mike. We're running through here kind of quick. There's a Mike.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Mike. Ooh. So there's Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly, he says. Who's this? Alan? Oh, Area. That's cloudy. Oh, that was during the Arapima.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
It looks like we got the prodigious one waiting to come up too.
Oh, all right. There's sicker end of it. Right. Yeah, right. Let me just scroll through here now.
Okay.
Trying to get to the bottom. Emily Pigot. Pickett. Like sure a bowl set. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Nope. Just go for it. Don't make it as deep. Do 1/2 inch of soil and 1 inch of sand. In a small tank, you don't need nearly as much. see. Remember to click. Adam. Are we getting down to it here? 7:13. Well, maybe. All right. I need to bring up Prestige. Prodigious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's up,
Hey, you
guys?
still there?
Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm tired. But you know, just a little update how it looks now.
Looking great.
Yeah,
Look
it
at
is.
that. Oh, wow.
I
Yeah,
added some
very,
more stuff.
very impressive.
That it is.
Nice.
You know, it hit like spring and the plants just shot off.
Oh, they will.
Oh, yeah.
I got those swords down there. They aren't growing well, but these ones are. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they will.
Okay, just give them some
Some
more time.
plants. Yeah,
Definitely.
just give it some time. They're probably putting out roots.
Oh, okay. So they're growing down before they grow out.
Yeah,
Yep.
a lot of plants will do that. Most
Oh,
all
okay.
plants will do that. And they can spend a long time building their root system. And then all of a sudden they just jump up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, pretty tank.
That it is.
Apparently, my Hogwarts decided to come back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll do that sometimes. It's pretty hard to get rid of it. That's one of the reasons I
I
love it.
started with like a little strand, and it turned into this.
Mhm.
Like, look
Yep.
on the top.
Wow.
It's all that now.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. That's what it does.
That it
It's
is.
pretty nice, but it's a lot.
Oh yeah, and it
Right.
grows pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, happy Mother's Day, guys. You know,
Thank you. Happy
You
have a
Mother's
good
bet.
rest
Day.
of
Nice
the
to see you.
day.
Take
Nice to
care.
meet you. God bless
Take
y'all.
care.
God
God bless
bless.
you
Bye
too.
bye. Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. So what
And happy Mother's Day to my mother too. I should have said that at the beginning of the stream.
there we
Bad
go.
daughter.
Yeah, my mother's gone but not forgotten.
Amen.
She was a dear. Let's see. What is this?
Not sure what you love though.
No idea.
Mm-mm. Not sure.
Right.
I think we're caught up.
Trying to get to the bottom here. It's Megan. Let me see. It's the well with valves coming around. So stems don't do well. That's it. That is weird.
It is.
Well, okay. I think I understand.
Mhm.
The problem with a lot of stem plants is they're stem plants. I mean, it's
Right.
sort of the nature of the beast. They don't always put on a nice appearance. They'll get long and stringy with sometimes not a lot of leaves, just a lot of stem. So they can look scrawny. They're perfectly healthy, and it's perfectly normal. It's just the nature of the beast. It's the way they are. Not all stems are like that, but a lot of them are. I tend not to have stem plants in my mature tanks. They don't grow well very often in a bunch. Now, you can culture them to do it, and the Dutch tanks are primarily stem plants. That's mainly what what is in the Dutch tanks. But it's a very different approach involving a lot of pulling and a lot of trimming and really keeping up with all of that. And I don't do any of that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it doesn't always work for me, stem plants. It'll be great to start tanks with because you get a lot of growth very quickly. And that gives you a balance very quickly that can otherwise be hard to achieve. Yeah,
That's
of
really
course
good
they
to know.
say I have Ludwigia and nothing but stems. Yeah, yeah, it's true. Ooh, that's what is what is the little monster?
Oh, that was what I was just missing to tell you. That what Squirt was talking about was
Yeah,
actually dragonfly nymphs. And yeah, they can
I
be little
wanted my
monsters.
thing. I kind of had the feeling. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Somebody was it here tonight? Somewhere, somebody talked about collecting in an area that was full of them. That was earlier this evening
Yeah.
that came up.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I found a place like that too. When I dipped out, it was like there were 100 dragonfly nymphs.
Right.
Uh, it was amazing. Never saw so many all at once. The best thing doing it is feed them to larger fish. They're really good food.
I know
Oscars,
that's a good idea.
Oscars love them, right? Any big fish will eat them.
Yeah, to my poor rice fish, it was a monster. Good thing is that they
Right,
only caught one before I removed it, so that was good.
right, right. Yeah, nice. All right, we're down to an
Yep,
Aria
sounds good.
Doscalaude. Asking about lights. That's that's a good approach to take. Yeah, could be. It could be Aria. That's not a bad approach. And that inadequate light will cause stem plants in particular become very stalky because they'll shoot up to get close to the light, and then if they can get emergent, get up out of the water, then they'll grow a lot of leaves, but the stems that are in the water will drop all their leaves, so which makes them even less desirable in most things.
That it does.
Right. All right. Where are we at here? It looks like we may not get our visitors. It's still early. Still got about 10 minutes. Whew.
Yep.
I need, oh, I need to take a break. Nobody here.
And if you need to take a break, that's fine. I can sit and watch and see if they come up. See when they come up.
Yeah, I want to go get something to drink.
Okay.
I'm going to take a short break. You want to carry on.
Hey,
Back
I
in a minute.
got you covered.
Oh, oh.
And actually, would you guys like to see the turtles? Let me know in the chat if you guys would like to see the turtles in some of my tank.
Hi there.
Let's see what we got in the chat. Oh yeah. Okay. I'll get my husband to bring me his phone and I'll show you guys some turtles. They are getting big and talk about feisty little creatures. They're definitely feisty. I'm gonna text him real quick to let him know to bring me his phone, please, and thank you. Yeah, it only since I use my Google account to log into StreamYard on my computer, it won't let me log into it on my phone. So I always just use his. That's him now. Okay, I'm gonna. You got the mic muted on that one, right? Oh, he's working on setting it up. That's one of the nice things about my husband, knowing all this tech stuff, is he can just set it up for me, which is a huge blessing. Victor C asks, how are the turtles doing? Actually, they are doing great. They are enjoying their habitat. They've actually come out of their winter hibernation because they went into hibernating for about a month. I mean, you'd still see them off and on, but pretty much they were down for a few months because here in Florida, we get a little bit chilly. I've kept the room a good 5 degrees cooler in the winter than what I usually do in the summer. But that was enough. They went into hibernation. They're finally out of it. And I'm glad to see them again. Emily asked, Dina, what kind of turtles are they? They're eastern musk turtles. And they're really adorable. I like to call them dwarf turtles because I'm used to alligator snapping turtles, which get huge. I mean, these guys, they get huge. But the turtles that I've got, and sounds like he's got that set up now. The turtles that I've got, they get no larger. The males get, let's see if I can get this turned right. They get 3 inches. So about that big. The females are about 5 inches full grown, so that big. They are the little tiny things. So I'm going to bring this up on StreamYard. Oh, I need to flip this. How has he got this set? Okay, I think I've got it. Add to stage. Put it right there, and there we go. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me because I'm using the microphone that is above my computer. So can everybody hear me good? All right. This is my turtle calendarium. I want to do a little bit of trimming on this. So I was going to actually let it grow and show you guys how tall the mint would get. But it grew up to here, touched my light, and actually caused burn marks on the mint. So I have to do a little bit of trimming. I'm going to eventually go through and trim it all down to see these little nodes. You can see where there's a new print going there. So what I'll do is I'll trim it right there, and then you'll have 2 large branches that will come out, and this will be even bushier than what it is now. Because right now the mint's pretty bushy, but I want to see just how bushy I can make it. Let's see if we can actually find the turtles. Turn that up. Come on, little guys. Oh, there's one. There we go. I do believe that this may be the male. Usually it's easier for me to tell when they're both out. And actually it looks like we've got 3 teeth to come up. So there's my turtle tank. I hope you guys like it. I keep working on it. Eventually I'll be done with it. The newest additions is the orchids in the back. So I'm about to log off of here and bring up 3G. All right, let's get 3G up. Hey, welcome back.
3G.
How are y'all today?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Good. I fed the Altum Angels and they came out and they was acting like they was going to be photogenic today, so I thought I'd come up and show them.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, look at that. There's one.
Beautiful.
And they're just babies. They're probably as big as most of my adult angels that I have, but they're not even close to being grown yet.
Wow, how large do they get full grown then?
I'm sorry?
How large do they get when full grown if they're already the size of the adults and they're babies?
They get really much taller finnage.
Oh
Like a
wow.
foot or
Much
more.
Wow,
taller. They're
that is
huge.
impressive. I've never seen the adults. That that's impressive.
Yeah, they're they're beautiful fish. I love them, and like I say, I've had them for a while, and they're definitely more skittish. You know, I guess they're closer to wild than anything else.
Yeah.
They're definitely more skittish than any of my other angelfish.
Only a few people have ever bred them extensively.
Right. You know, I got these from Kenny Danikin,
Right.
his friend up there. That's
Yeah, his came out of Texas. A breeder in Texas, I think.
so they're watch out, puppy. My dog's bumping into the camera, shaking it around.
I
Nice.
know how that goes.
Well, anyhow, that's the Altums there, y'all. There was a little discussion in chat earlier about some Altums. I thought I'd come up and show them.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm glad
Daniken's
you did.
here. Daniken's saying Oldham's can get up to 16 inches
They
top to
do.
bottom. Yeah.
They
Wow.
do. I appreciate Kenny for putting me in touch with his friend to get these.
Amen.
I'm waiting for him to get big enough to do something.
They'd be nice.
Yes, sir.
Be
Yes, sir.
exciting.
We got the blues beside them. Y'all get to see those all the time.
My. Right.
Those are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So are you going to do any breeding this spring?
Yes, I'm about to ramp it back up.
Wonderful.
You can see the heaters going in there now. I'm turning the heat
Oh,
back up.
okay, right, right.
Which
Mhm.
these right here are just now. These were born June 3rd, and they're just now getting big enough to start pairing off. And you
Yeah,
can see them.
really.
You can see them kind of picking around and pushing around, and I sold a couple of them last week, and I'm trying to pare them down to about 6. But here's the pinks.
I love the pinks. Eventually, I'm gonna get a pair of those pink angels.
They
We're
are something
gonna
like
get everybody converted to angelfish. What's gonna happen? We're gonna have a
Right?
Yeah, really, really.
I mean, I've been enjoying seeing all the angelfish this evening.
Oh yeah, there's been some beautiful ones tonight. I'd have to say my favorite angelfish would definitely be those pink ones because that's just stunning.
They're beautiful. They really are. They, everybody's like, "Oh, it's a glowfish." No, well, whatever.
Yeah, but it's a really successful morph.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I really love them.
I always thought that crossing the bettas as a glow would be spectacular until I saw it, and I was very unimpressed.
I wasn't impressed with the glow bettas either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bred a mess of those. I crossed a glow betta with a Nemo and got a couple of hundred fry that I had trouble getting rid of.
Mm.
They were beautiful, but the fact that they were glow, at the time they were new and it was really frowned upon to breed them.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's such a sophisticated procedure to get there to do it, and requires so much discipline, and certainly is not in any way harmful to the species. It's really no different than breeding for dog types.
That's
And
very true.
nobody ever complains about that.
Right.
Got a really good point there. Oh,
Well,
those are beautiful too.
I think the pink angel is I think it's really a spectacular fish.
Oh, me too.
It
Yes,
just, you know,
I'm
to
just
be
waiting for
interesting
I'm
to
waiting
cross.
for him to get old enough to breed. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah, exactly.
There
Well,
is a
they get
young lady.
close.
There's a young lady here in my town that she had got some of them and she had a successful breeding and well I say successful, she had two live from a hatching and she's about 16 years old and it was her first try, so I
Oh,
told her
wow.
she did very well.
Nice.
And so yeah, so and hers were two pink ones that she had, pair up.
Yeah.
I'm hoping these will pair up with some of either of these gold ones
Well, it's something. Yeah. Right.
or these other koi that I have, not necessarily each other. If they turn out to be a pair, that's great, but it's not necessarily what I'm
Yeah.
shooting
It's
for.
not a recessive trait.
That's
Right,
interesting.
but yeah, because when I bred the Nemo beta, I'm gonna say about 75% of them glowed.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's a dominant trait then.
Well, it's not dominant, but it's not recessive either. It's
Right.
it's an equal. It's an equal trait to
That is
whatever is.
really cool.
They're not going to all be glow
Mhm.
if you
Right,
cross
but
them.
most
No.
of them were. I gave a bunch of them to Jess. She had the aquatic morning show, and I gave a
Right.
bunch to her, and she sold them online, and I
Is
eventually
she
sold them.
still doing anything?
She still has her fish room and all of her fish, but she's not really selling
She's
fish
not
that much
selling.
anymore, and she's
She had nice fish. Is she still selling?
I think we lost 3G's audio.
hello.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Hi.
back?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if she's selling stuff still. I can inquire with her, and I just
Yeah,
know that
I'd like to get some guppies from her
she has
if she
slowed way
wants to
down,
sell me
and
some. Yeah, I really need to get a, a, a lot of guppies
a lot
and
of
some
good.
decent strains. So if she is overloaded, I'd be happy to help her out.
Yeah, she had guppies and shrimp. She had a lot of shrimp too.
Oh
Oh,
boy,
cool.
both of them are fish that I just sell out of all the time. I can never keep enough in stock, shrimp or guppies.
Mhm.
Well, I'll get with her and tell her she's got some stuff to move to call you.
Okay, that'd be
I know
great.
I know she has your direct number.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna
yeah.
back on out here and let y'all wrap it up or get
Thank
somebody
you,
else up.
Jake.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having me. Everybody have a good night and happy Mother's Day.
it.
Happy
Thank you.
Mother's Day. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh, there's Kaylor.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Hi.
There he is.
Hey there.
Hi. Nice to
Nice
see
to
you.
meet you.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Welcome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Great to be here. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So Keller's invited me to join him at 8 o'clock. So we want to get what do we how many we got 85 people here
Yeah.
right now. So let's get all you to jump over. We need the link.
hmm
Um,
I can post it. I think I can post it here, can I?
yeah, you can.
hmm
Hold on.
Let me get
Apologize.
to the volume here. Keller is an old friend. When
Old one, right?
yeah, right. Where we lost him.
I'm sure he'll be back.
I hope he comes back.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Let's see.
Yeah, when you're on your phone, getting into StreamYard, it just takes one little click, and then your camera's off, your mic's off.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
probably trying to type that link in
hmm
on his phone.
Yeah.
Let's see. See, we get the link up. So we'll have that.
And I'll share the link over to my stream too. That way, anybody that's watching on my stream can head over with you.
Right. Well, we've lost them. It's getting down to it. I've got 5 of 8. Mercy.
Oh, there he goes. He's got the link up in the chat.
There we go. Okay, Kettler Reptiles Aquatics. So what you want to do is click on that. That'll get you over. Is that going to open a new? That's going to move this one. How can I do this? Oh, I know. I'm going to go. Let's see. So if I click on this, Tennessee Fish Farm. Okay. It opened a new, good, we're good. Okay, so just click on that and then that'll get you in there. Okay, great. Don't know how to merge the chats.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that either.
I don't either. You can come back up live if you want, Kayla. Megan saying, yep. She may know. She's there. Techie, 1305. Okay. So we're going to sign off here. And then we'll meet you over at the Tennessee Fish Farm. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll be there. In about 10 minutes. Here's Andrew Vogan. Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
Andrew doesn't have camera or mic live, so we can't get him up. Kettler said coffee's ready. Good, I'm ready.
Right.
Very good. Well, let's do our tune and we'll crawl out of here and the stage.
My little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishies as they swim about their home.
Nice to have you.
My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them,
definitely,
and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
God bless you all.
God bless y'all.
Love you all.
Love y'all.
Have a great evening. See you back here on Wednesday.
Looking forward to seeing some tank updates Wednesday.
Right. More folks sharing their true love. Bye for now.
Bye.